Hello everybody and welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Feature Festival. A little bit of a late news video, but got to give everybody the rundown regardless. And I do have some thoughts and feelings to share about this event because I think it's somewhat divided opinion, which is a bit of a surprise because I think in the run up to this time of year, we knew Yu-Gi-Oh! Was coming. I think there was a lot of people excited about it. And I think people are still happy that we got the event, but maybe there's some choices that are questionable, just a little bit. But as you can see, lovely visuals on the screen right now. They've knocked that out of the park at least, and you can obviously see in that image, probably the first thing that a lot of people will have noticed, Seto Kaiba is sort of absent from this event. We have his reprints, which is good. We have the Battle Rush. We have the original Catastrophe Seto Kaiba, which is the green one. And then we have the New Year one. It's okay. it's okay. But there's a missing element. There's a missing element. And that is obviously Obelisk Kaiba, and we kind of knew he'd be coming later because they did show in the timeline he was a bit further along at the end of summer, but I had hoped he would make some kind of cameo passing appearance in some sort of stage, maybe a Legend Summon stage, you farm him, whatever. I think maybe my expectations were a little bit too high because they've done a very good job with these sprites. They've done a very good job of replicating Takahashi's art style, which is great. And I think you have to make a concession for the fact that almost every character has at least one, most of them have two monsters involved in their special attack or in their normal attack animation. And they've had to model all of those. So when you think about it that way, this event, despite having less characters than normal, probably actually took more effort than normal. I'll let them off in that regard. I have to let them off. But there are still some questionable choices. Very happy with the bits that we did get, though. Especially the design of that Yugi. So starting off, first time you log in during this event, you'll get a Millennium Puzzle. Millennium Puzzle, which you can use to summon Yugi. You'll get the version 1 Yugi for free. And he's a damn good unit. And he's recently been buffed, which made him even better. So, very, very nice. I mean, considering how old he is, the fact that he is still not a bad standard Gadget front line, really nice. It's really nice. You also get some of these Yu-Gi-Oh! Tickets and some other Gadget tickets and some rubies and whatnot from the login. So, it's all good. And if you log in on Yugi's birthday, which has not happened as of this video going up, it is the 4th of June, you will be able to get another one of these. I think it's just one of these Yu-Gi-Oh! Gadget tickets. They typically do the ticket on the birthday of the protagonist if they have a limited. So something to look forward to. Now, this gacha is quite a big upgrade on the old Yu-Gi-Oh! Ticket gacha. The old one used the Duel Monsters cards, and those Duel Monsters cards don't actually, I don't think they guarantee you a Yu-Gi-Oh! Character. And the reason they did that is because there was only two. There's only two standard gacha Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters at the time, which was Bakura and version 1 Yugi. So considering everyone got version 1 Yugi for free during this event, that ticket gives you a small chance of getting Bakura. But if you get a 5-star, you're not even guaranteed to get a Yu-Gi-Oh! 5-star. And if you do get a Yu-Gi-Oh! 5-star, you're not even guaranteed to get Bakura. So those tickets kinda suck. These tickets, however, guaranteed Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters. So you are guaranteed to at least get Joey. But if you get a 5-star, you'll get either Bakura, the old Yugi, or one of the new 5-star characters, which is very, very nice. And that includes Little Yugi and Taya. I should be saying their Japanese names because we've decided to go with the Japanese name. So let me just say Anzu, not Taya, and Katsuya or Jonayuchi, not Joey. it's tough, man. Like when you grew up with the dub, like it was one of those things that was done so, at the same time, so well and so poorly, and you have fond memories. So it's difficult for me to keep up with the Japanese names, but I will do my best. So, special daily mission gives us an extra 50 stamina from missions by clearing 3 adventures each day. We get a little bit less stamina during this event than we did during the last event. They gave us a fuckload during the last event and during the Dragon Ball event from like login bonuses and daily gifts and daily missions and all sorts. But still an additional 50 stamina, which is good. It should be more than enough stamina for you to clear all the content during this event. So no bother there. This is a campaign. Set your sights on becoming the Dual King. And this is something you're going to have to do throughout the course of the event. They've actually made this a lot of missions, but really you can boil this down quite simply to a few different things. Clear the daily stage 2 times, get Insecta Haga to max luck, get Marik Ishtar to level 99, get 8,500 duel points, which is from an event further down, get Mai to max luck, and get Joniuchi to level 99. If you do those 5-6 things, whatever it was, you've cleared all the missions, but they've made it super granular. Like, get them to level 80, get them to level 99, whatever. You know, just do those things and you'll be fine. And you'll be able to get your reward. Your reward will be, you trade it in for the God cards, which will get you the rank of Dual King, which will get you a stamp, which will also get you 200 rubies. We like 200 rubies, so not too bad. I'm not the only one who doesn't really use the chat function. I know this, so this might not be much use to you, but 200 rubies will be useful to you. So make sure to go and get that. The daily stage, the Battle City stage, you can see here, welcome to Battle City. Clear the stage each day to get rubies. Sounds really good. It's only about the same amount of rubies as you normally get from these daily stages. You just get it from clearing the stage instead of from daily mission or from the lifetime missions of that event. So it's nice. It's nice. Rubies are nice, obviously. But sure. And the first time you clear it, you get a dual disc, which will get you another 100 rubies. And those 100 rubies will be distributed from the 7th. Very, very nice. Very nice. Now, this is Insecta Haga stage. This is going to be your starting point for the event. And you may have noticed in the news post, we now include unit overviews. I'm not 100% sold on how these look because they're a little bit too small on our current layout. And I mean, obviously you could just zoom in, but I'll have a think about it. But if you want to see these, then you can check out the news post in the description. I'm going to be doing a full batch review on these units in another video. But all of the units in these events in this particular event have their perks. I will say that. As far as I could see, all of them seem to have at least one good selling point. So make of that what you will. But yeah, that's your starting point for farming during this event. Get yourself a max luck Insecta Haga. Then we've got the Marik event, which started today, the day I'm recording this. And this stage is not too bad on the Ultimate Class event. Shout out to my boy Spartacus from Otakujuku, the absolute MVP 99 luck lead for this, because he not only has bind reduction, Marik does indeed like to bind, he also does boosted damage to DPS units, and Marik is a DPS unit. There's some good damage there, and you're good. You're good. For a 99 luck lead, it's good. It's good. And yeah, his aura just looks amazing. I think they were so proud of how his special animation and his catastrophe costume looks that they actually posted it on Twitter, which they never really do for the event units. They always do it for the like gacha units or specifically the limited units. But as for the event units, it's actually I can't even think of a time they've done it. So, I mean, think about how many event units there are. There's so many. You'd have to be really happy with how one looked, or there'd have to be a special campaign for it. And in this case, they were just like, hey guys, come look at this cool thing we made. And it does look cool. It does look very, very cool. And the sprite, again, very, very cool. Duelist Road. Duelist Road is our stamina bin. This is where we rinse all our stamina. Not necessarily after we've cleared everything else, because you're going to be doing it alongside some of the other events. But once the event's rolling to a close, this is pretty much all you're going to have left, I think, for farming. Because the second half of this event doesn't have a lot of content, and we'll get to why a little bit later. But this event is going to have a lot of tickets and a lot of goodies in it, including the version 1 Anzu from the special OG Yu-Gi-Oh event that we got quite a while ago. It was a putty feature. It wasn't a feature festival, so it's a much, much smaller event. And that's where we got Bakura, and that's where we got Taya. So you can get her and her evolvers. That event has not been back around in some time, so jump at this opportunity if you don't have her already. And a bunch of tickets, a bunch of goodies. You know how it works. And they've also said that the store is going to get restocks on the 7th and the 10th, which is basically their way of saying, here's more stuff for you to farm this same event over and over again. So that's fun. That's fun. I know they always have events like this in these feature festivals. They do. And they had like a quite a bad one, quite a bad stamina sink in the last event, where you had to get the 5 costumes for all the girls, but you only got one of them from the choice ticket thing. Or it wasn't a choice ticket, it was from the store, but you get the idea. You got to choose one. So unless you went in on the gacha or you bought one of the packs or whatever, there was at least 4 stages where you didn't have to go all the way to 5,000 points, unless you know people like me did. But people that didn't do that didn't have to. And that meant you did have to do some farming on those stages to get all the stuff from the store. But after a while, you just ran out of stuff to do on that event. And I dare say this would be much the same, except they are doing a store restock. So you'll at least have a reason to pop back, do it again, and then carry on with your day. Don't forget, if there's ever a point where it doesn't feel like there's much to do, just farm like ultimate class stages, because you want to sell those units for event droplets, so that you can trade those in for limit break doors and jewel fragments and all that stuff. Always important to not let your stamina stagnate in your account. Just use it. Like, you don't have to farm too hard or anything. Just throw it somewhere and then get on with your day. And there's all the boosted units. Interestingly, the We Never Learn characters have a higher boost than the old Yu-Gi-Oh characters. Like, I get it with OG Yugi and Joey, but with some of these, like, Bakura shouldn't be 25%. That's kind of annoying. And also, like, they've added a bunch of random characters in to boost these. Normally, there's some kind of theme. There's some kind of reason they've chosen these specific characters to be the boosted characters. If you figure out what the theme is, you tell me. It's got to have something to do with Duel City, or with monsters, or with something. I don't know. I honestly can't think of anything. The only thing I can think is, like, Gokudera has, like, a cat. Can, like, transform into a bigger cat. And he can use that in battle as if it was, like, a monster, like a dual monster. I don't know enough about Hoshinengi to tell you if Kotenka has the same thing. I can't remember any time Ukyo or Norman had anything like that. But just clutching at straws, really. Next up, we have the elegant Harpy lady, Mai Kujaku. She is another Transcendent class event. Another one you've just got to get done. Get to 99 luck. Remember, the Catastrophe class events, the Ultimate class events, you don't need to get to 99 luck to get all the rewards from this event. Ideally, you would. But if you can't do it, just get them to max skill and happy days. And max level, of course. But for Mai Kujaku, you will need to get her to 99 luck. So make sure you do that. Now, there is some weird matchups with these events. For example, We have Insecta Haga. He reduces guard on support. Marik has guard, so he is good for Marik's stage. You also have Maikujaku, who does boosted damage against balance class enemies. And the boss of the stage we're going to see a bit later, the ultimate class stage, is a balanced type. So there's sort of like weird little matchups, but the weirdest matchup is down here. Ultimate class Tatsuya Jonayuchi. And I love his sprite. I love that they've included this particular fight in the event, because you know, if you watch my predictions, I focus so much on the finals. There was some good shit in Battle City before the finals, and this is one of those moments, so we're very happy with that. I do think Joey has sort of been robbed. Sorry, Jonayuchi. I think he's sort of been robbed because he is the undisputed MVP king of Battle City. I know he didn't technically win, but if you read the arc, you know what I mean. He definitely deserved a gacha unit. He won't get a limited unit because it probably doesn't sell as much as a Yugi or a Bakura or a Marik or whatever. But he is within the realm of deserving a limited. Definitely deserved a gacha unit. And this event in particular, he got robbed. But you know what? This Jonayuchi, as an event unit, as a farmable, I am down. Really, really cool. And one of the things we have to say about him is he, in fact, helps you farm Bakura. The only issue with that might be that he comes out way after, but not Bakura, Marik, sorry. He helps you farm Marik, but he comes out like a decent time after Marik's event start. Now, you could just not finish Marik, go do other stuff because you can't beat it or whatever, and then when Jonayuchi comes out, farm him, get him to 99 luck, and then use him as your lead against Marik. You can absolutely do that, and I'm sure there will be some people that do that, because I think he is going to be pretty damn good for it. His kit is actually specifically made for that stage, so you definitely can do that. But I always find it weird, because they've done this a few times, where the ultimate class actually helps you beat the catastrophe stage, but because they want to release the limited at the start of the event, and the limited has to counter the catastrophe stage, the catastrophe stage has to come out early. But yes, these ultimate classes typically do counter the catastrophe. So if you are having a bit of trouble with Marik, maybe go get Jonayuchi, and come back and give it another go. You never know. You never know. Again, he's another one that you don't actually have to get to 99 luck. Just get him to max skill, get him to level 99. And then we've got the returning events. As we mentioned before, the free versions of Kaiba return. If you've maxed any of these out before, then, you know, if you've maxed out this Kaiba and this Kaiba, you don't really need to pay attention to those, but I know a lot of people will have missed Road to the New Year Seto Kaiba, so make sure to get him while he's here. And this event always resets when it returns, and you get 3 jewels and a bunch of rubies for getting all the way, plus a copy of Seto Kaiba to use for skill ups or whatever. So make sure to do it. I always forget about these events till like just before they're leaving, like the night before they're leaving, and I'm just like desperately trying to do the stages before I can like go to bed. But just remember, these stages take a while, so don't leave it till the last minute like me. It's not a good idea. If you do a little bit each day, you'll be done in no time at all. You can pretty much auto a lot of the earlier stages, even if you're a new player. Admittedly, as you go up the stages, it might be a bit harder for newer players, but at least the early stages you can auto, so make sure to get on that. We have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tower Boost, everybody's favourite time, the Tower Boost. And they will be doing a Tower Boost as this event ends. Just like moments before this event ends, you're going to get the Tower Boost for Yu-Gi-Oh! Running into the following event. And this one's going to be a bit weird because there really aren't that many Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters. But I mean, I guess they did it with We Never Learn as well, so it's fine. It's fine. There's a couple of really nice units in here, so it's okay. And one of those really nice units is the new limited unit, The Sky Dragon of Osiris, Yugi Muto. I was actually a bit torn on this. I know we've been going with the Japanese names or the official, the non-localized names or whatever, but the name Slifer, the Sky Dragon, is actually used in the English manga. Even though they use all the Japanese names, they refer to Slifer as the Sky Dragon of Osiris, Slifer the Sky Dragon. And then from that point on, they pretty much call it Slifer the Sky Dragon. And a lot of the other names are a bit wonky, like instead of Obelisk the Tormentor, it's God of the Obelisk, and they can't seem to decide what names they're using, so that always makes it difficult for me when I'm deciding what to name stuff on the database and whatever, but we're going with the Sky Dragon of Osiris. I think that's the right move. And you will see his special animation in game. I'm sure during Tower Boost you will see it plenty of times. It's amazing. It's beautiful. He has a special aura, which is beautiful, and he's a really good unit. Not to go too into detail, but he has Pooty Shot. He's the first non-Muso character to have Pooty Shot. Obviously, it is a little less effective, a little weaker than the Muso counterpart to it. But you know what? Still very good. Still very, very... We've seen just how effective Vegeto's Pooty Shot can be on the Meruem Super Genkai Battle Red stages. So I am confident that this will be a good unit to summon for. I'm going to be going for him anyway. That's another thing. Wednesday, 4 PM GMT, I will be summoning for Yugi, and I will also be trying to beat Marek's Catastrophe stage. So if you want to see that on stream, links in the description. Also, not just on Twitch, but here on YouTube. So hopefully I'll see some of you there, and we're going to have hopefully some luck this time. Hopefully some luck this time. But yes, very good unit. And then we have the two new heroes. Now this is a part that has divided opinion. Yugi, I think everyone agrees, little Yugi, totally fine, totally makes sense. It's okay. Anzu as a gacha unit. Okay, I like Anzu. I could maybe see her as a gacha unit in like an old Yu-Gi-Oh event or something like that, or maybe I don't know, Duelist Kingdom maybe. But she didn't in the manga. She didn't duel like at all. she didn't duel. It happened in the anime and like filler arcs and stuff. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. So it's a bit confusing that she's there. It's a bit confusing that she's got the dual disc and she's using Dark Magician Girl. She did do that in the anime, in what I'm pretty sure was a filler arc. I don't think she did it in Duelist Kingdom. I don't think she did it in Battle City. I think she just did it in some random filler arc. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's the case. So I think that's a really rogue pick from them. I think she would have just been, if it was just her as a character, even though she didn't do that much during this arc, I think it still would have been fine. But I think I'm a little bit confused by the choice to make her a duelist. But it's fine. It's fine. She's there. It's fine. I am a little bit annoyed that Ryo Bakura is featured on this gacha. Because you're going to have multiple opportunities to get him from tickets. And of course there will be people that want to go for him. But the thing is, he's featured on this gacha. But on the third multi you still get guaranteed either Anzu or Yugi. But it just means if you get a 5-star anytime other than that guaranteed, there's a chance it could be Ryo Bakura over these two. And I think that's really, really lame. Because he's like a good unit, but much, much older than these two. And that's sad. That's sad. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And I dare say a lot of people are going to summon on these. I've seen a lot of people summon on this, and I'll probably throw a couple of summons at it as well. Why not? Why not? And I'm not really intending to pull on Kenshin, which is the next event. There is a little bit of temptation to pull on one of the filler gacha that's coming up, the reprint events, which I mentioned before. This event is looking a little bit sparse in the second half, in the latter half, and that is because they're going to be reprinting the Bobobo events from the Bobobo Feature Festival, including Bobo Pachinosuke's limited banner, including the standard gacha, and possibly a few other little bits. Hopefully they reprint Score Challenge and some other stuff so people can still get in on that. But a chance to get all those characters if you miss them. And Bobo Pachinosuke, one of the best limiteds in the game. A bit tempting. A little bit tempting. Especially as I'm going for Yugi, who's another red limited, even though red is by far my strongest. Maybe I should go for a blue. But I probably won't. I probably won't. But it wouldn't be bad to summon on him if you did want to. Then we have the random Shrapnel gacha. don't like. I always put these in the news post because I feel like I have to. Never summon on any of these, please. I beg. They're all like, unless it introduces a new character, or it features a lot of like new characters or newish characters. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Admittedly, you have got a decent portion of 2021 units here, which is nice. I still wouldn't summon on this. I still just wouldn't summon on this. Even if they're good units, even if they're recent units, I still wouldn't summon on it. And this banner, I definitely wouldn't summon on. But some of these units are old. So even if they're good, wouldn't be summoning. And then, as we mentioned before, Yugi's birthday, which is going to be on the 4th. Interestingly, normally these banners only run for a day. This time it looks like it's running until the end of the event. And it'll be your opportunity to get the OG Exodia Yugi. The old limited Exodia Yugi. And he's a very good unit. He's very nice. And I've already got him. But you do get a free multi. So I'm still going to do that free multi because it's free. But if you don't have him, this is the cheapest you're probably going to get him, because free multi means you only got to do 7 paid multis or 8 paid multis. So it might be worth it. Might be worth it. In terms of the sale packs, I mean, these sale packs are quite common. We see these quite often, so not much to say there. This ticket pack is out right now, and I think it's not bad if you're like a new player. But for people who are like almost close to having the 2020 pool done, or they have a lot of choice tickets saved up or whatever, this ain't it. This definitely ain't it for me. And that's about it. The only other thing we have to talk about, I think, is the fact that they have teased that Mafuyu Kirisu, or Sensei from We Never Learn, seemingly will be returning at Christmas. And the way they worded it was like really suspicious, because they only said her. They didn't say anybody else. Does that mean We Never Learn's going to get a reprint at Christmas? Maybe. Does it mean that she will get a reprint at Christmas? I mean, her name, I think, does mean like something to do with winter, like midwinter or whatever. And her whole thing is like she's the ice queen. And she goes on, she does the ice skating. So it would make sense for her to be reprinted. So maybe that's it. Maybe she'll get a special event, special costume. Who knows? But I think a lot of people have jumped to the conclusion, myself included, and some of the Japanese users on Twitter and some of the English users in Discord have jumped to the conclusion that that means we will be getting a limited Kirizu, or at least some kind of version 2, maybe seasonal version of her, in a winter event, in a Christmas event. So if you like that, if you're into that sort of thing, something to bear in mind. Something to bear in mind. But I think that's it. I think that's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to check out the stream on Wednesday, 4 PM GMT. No, BST. 4 PM BST, because it's summer. And we will be doing our Yu-Gi-Oh! Summons, and we will be doing our Marek Challenge stage. And yeah. I'll see you guys next time.